in comparison to the decreases in gas prices in the world market.
As litro gas, we would like to reduce all the domestic gas cylinders. 12.5 be reduced by 113 rupees. The current pricing will be 4,664 and the new price will be 4,551. Also 5 kg and 2.3 kg also will be reduced by 45 rupees. The 5 kg. The current price of the 5 kg is of 1,872 and the new price will be 1,827. And also 2.3 kg, the current pricing is 869 and the reduction amount would be 21 rupees and the new pricing will be 848. So the price will get effect from the midnight today. So this is the reduction based on the newly introduced pricing formula with the help of Finance Ministry and the CA, the Consumer Affairs Authority. So based on that pricing formula and based on the CP price, that is gas price, we are giving this reduction.
A meeting between Minister Nalin Fernando and the All Ceylon Bakery Owners Association took place at the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Food Security today. The two companies engaged in large-scale wheat flour production said at a recent meeting that they have adequate quantities of wheat flour in their possession. Wheat flour stocks ordered from Turkey and Dubai are scheduled to reach the island by the 15th of this month. The minister said that there will not be a shortage of wheat flour in the market and therefore there is no need to increase prices. He further said that it is irrelevant to fix a guaranteed price for wheat flour. Minister Fernando has also requested large-scale wheat flour manufacturing companies to increase production. The president of the All Ceylon Bakery Association, N.K. Jayawardena, has requested on this occasion to take measures to protect the small-scale bakery production owners. Restaurant owners say a decline in the number of consumers to purchase food items has been witnessed, the reason being the increasing prices of the manufactured items. Minister Kanchana Wijesekara has conducted a meeting with the members of the committee appointed to extend proposals to set up a program for the restructuring of the Ceylon Electricity Board yesterday. The committee was reported to have conducted talks with numerous representatives engaged in the development process and veterans and partners in the local and foreign power sector. Talks are also scheduled to be conducted with political parties representing the Parliament and the Public Utilities Commission. A Twitter message issued by Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says it is hoped to submit the proposals on restructuring to the Cabinet of Ministers for approval by the end of this month. Several farmers' organizations have conducted talks with Minister Mahinda Amravira at the Ministry of Agriculture today. Farmers' problems have been subjected to attention on this occasion.
The Telecommunication Regulatory Commission says permission has been granted for a minimum telephone charges increase by looking at the problem from the point of view of the consumers. The Commission further points out that the fare increases not carried out, the telecommunication service providers would have been subjected to an even more severe crisis. Acting Director General of the Telecommunication Regulatory Commission, Helasiri Ranatunga, said that an increase in the charges in the telecommunication sector is to be carried out after a lapse of 20 years. There have not been any increases in some charges and data charges. If the fare increases had not been conducted at present, the companies would have to face many problems relating to maintenance of their networks by next year. In the event of a depletion of data and voice content in the package of a subscriber, then he or she would be able to seek the services of a fixed charges. However, no fare increases have been conducted with regard to fixed charges. The default rate in the voice content is 1 rupee and 50 cents. The default rate in data is between 1 MB and 30 MBs. The Acting Director General added that no charge increases have been introduced in these categories as well.
With the commencement of the implementation of the budget proposals, a special committee has been appointed for the evaluation of project officers and project management units. It has been set up in relation to the project office and project management unit established to grant facilities for the relevant government projects and programs relating to the proposal 10.5 of the interim budget of 2022. Work in the new committee is being implemented under the leadership of KT Kamal Padmasiri. The other members are NKGK Namavatta and RH Ruinis. President Secretary Samaneka Nayaka has appointed the committee as a speedy measure for the implementation of the interim budget proposals on the instructions of the President. Accordingly, the committee will look into whether the numerous ministries, departments and state institutions have fulfilled its tasks and responsibilities as entrusted upon them by the project officers and the project management units. They will also look into whether the existing line ministries are able to provide the necessary facilities. Other factors that would come under investigation include whether the relevant ministries should continuously engage in their work according to the nature of their tasks. The committee will also inquire whether outside employee recruitments have been carried out in contrary to the approved composition of workers in these projects. The committee should also engage in a special study if there are any other factors that could cause an impact in fulfilling the service and development targets for a systematic public service. The report of the committee, including its recommendations, should be submitted prior to the 15th of November this year.
Conservative MP Liz Truss will be the new UK Prime Minister after defeating Rishi Sunak in the Tory leadership contest. Tomorrow she will become Prime Minister when she visits the Queen in Balmoral for an invitation to form her UK government. The new Conservative Party leader will formally take over as the country's leader tomorrow after months of scandals plunged Boris Johnson's administration into a crisis and forced him to resign. Upon swearing in, Liz Truss will become the 15th UK Prime Minister during the reign of the head of state Queen Elizabeth II. Truss will inherit a cost of living crisis, the aftershocks of Brexit, a war in Europe and dropping support for the Conservatives in the opinion polls. The current Foreign Secretary is under immediate pressure to announce a plan to tackle soaring energy costs. According to the results announced today, Liz Truss won by 81,326 votes compared to a competitor Rishi Sunak's share of 60,399 votes. About 57% of the valid votes cast were for Liz Truss. Turnout was high, with 82.6% of members casting a vote. Speaking at the conference, Liz pledged to follow through on her promises to voters while claiming that the Tory party needs to show it can deliver over the next 2 years. Truss will become Prime Minister tomorrow after travelling to meet the Queen Elizabeth II at Balmoral in Scotland.
The Department of Examinations has set dates for the GCE Advanced Level Examinations and the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination, scheduled to be held this year. Commissioner General of Examinations LMB Dharmasena says that accordingly, the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination will be conducted on Sunday the 4th of December and the GCE Advanced Level Examination on the 5th of December. Commissioner General of Examinations LMB Dharmasena said that the GCE Advanced Level Examination will be conducted till the 2nd of January 2023. Christmas vacation will be from the 24th to the 26th of December during the period of the examination. Altogether, the examination will be conducted on 22 days. The Commissioner General further said that marking of answer scripts of the 2022 GCE Ordinary Level Examination is now in the final stage. It is hoped to complete the evaluation process within a period of 2 months. He added that practical tests of the GCE Ordinary Level Examination, scheduled to be conducted on the 15th, has been postponed till the 20th of this month.
Economic analysts say that people are being burdened due to daily increases in cost of living. Students say high cost of school texts and stationery items has become a hindrance to their academic activities, and it is the parents that are feeling the pressure of higher prices of school utility items and books. Booksellers say if the government imposes a guaranteed price on school-related items, it would be a great relief, as some book manufacturing institutions are exploiting the consumers by selling their items at exorbitant prices.
Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ali Shabri, says somewhat progress has been achieved in finding solutions to the existing crisis in the country. At the media briefing of the ministry today, he further said that people have not been granted authority to go beyond the constitution in finding solutions to their problems. Minister Ali Shabri said that if the pillars of the constitution and democracy were fallen, they are unable to be restored to the existing position. In comparison to the situation prevailed 2 months ago, a considerable progress has been achieved amidst great obstacles. Discussion with foreign institutions, including the United Nations, are underway to find redress to the issues. The minister has also commented on the human rights sessions scheduled to commence next week. Responding to a query, Minister Ali Shabri said that the Prevention of Terrorism Act has been revised. Any person has the freedom to go before the courts and to have redress. The minister further said that a constitutional methodology with a sense of transparency should be prepared, which could be acceptable to all. The government has given the clearance for the preparation of such a methodology.
In other stories, a committee has been appointed to bring back to the motherland the Sri Lankan nationals who had gone to India as refugees as a result of the war. The committee has been appointed by the President's Secretary, Saman Ekanayake. President's Additional Secretary Ms. Chandima Wickramasinghe heads the committee. The other members are Controller General of the Immigration and Immigration, the senior officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Department of Registrar General and the Ministry of Justice. The decision to appoint a committee has been taken following a decision presided over by the President's Secretary Saman Ekanayake at the President's office today on a request of the Organisation for Elam Refugees Rehabilitation. There are around 58,000 Sri Lankan refugees in the state of Tamil Nadu alone. It has also been pointed out that around 3,800 of them are preparing to return to the island. The Office of the Deputy High Commissioner of Sri Lanka in Chennai are making the necessary arrangements for the repatriation of the refugees. Today's meeting was attended by the Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration, MMPK Mayadune, and the Secretary to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Aruni Vijayawardena, and other officials.
The Welfare Benefits Board has commenced a program to identify individuals eligible to receive welfare benefits. Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, K.M. Mahinda Siriwardena, says it has been estimated that 3.9 million families would submit applications. The program targets all groups anticipating relief through the government's public aid program. They include all groups affected by the current economic crisis and those seeking relief through the government's Common Welfare Benefits Program. The Welfare Benefits Board has published newspaper advertisements in this regard, both in Sinhala and Tamil. The prospective applicants should duly fill their application forms and hand them over to the respective Divisional Secretariat Division officers. Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, K.M. Mahinda Siriwardena, said that due to some reasons, many of the eligible Samurthi beneficiaries have been deprived of the opportunity to receive benefits. The Secretary added that the recently declared interim budget has taken measures to enable them to have relief. He added that around 3.9 million persons considered as Samurthi recipients, adults, disabled persons and kidney patients are entitled to receive relief.
An Adhisthana Puja and Satyakriya to safeguard the unitary state and motherland has taken place in front of the historic Kathragama Kirivehera yesterday. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has presided over the event. It was for the 28th time that the Adhisthana Puja was organized with the blessings of the Mahasangha and the national organizations. The general public and the public representatives headed by the Mahajana Eksat Peramuna have participated in the ceremony. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has presented the pledge of the Adhisthana Puja. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that he gave a solemn pledge to protect the unitary state, sovereignty and territorial integrity of the country, which was safeguarded by the forefathers for several centuries. The Mahasangha and large numbers of representatives of prominent national organizations and parliamentarians graced the occasion.
The Colombo International Book Fair is scheduled to be conducted from the 16th to the 25th of this month. The national television is the official electronic media sponsor of the exhibition this year as well. The Sri Lanka Book Publishers Association is organising the fair for the 23rd occasion at the premises of the Bandaranayake Memorial International Conference Hall in Colombo. Entering into agreements with the partners in the International Book Fair has taken place at the head office of the Book Publishers Association in Battaramulla today. Director General of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Ajantha Senaviratne, has also participated on this occasion. Director General of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Ajantha Senaviratne, said that the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation joins with great pleasure with the Colombo International Book Fair. He further said that the corporation is engaged in a special program with a good understanding on their responsibilities. He also said the national television will be in charge of a special task at the exhibition, especially to enhance literary values.
The head office of the New Lanka Freedom Party, under the leadership of parliamentarian Kumara Welgama, was declared open in Battaramulla today. Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga was also present at the opening ceremony. Others who have attended the event included parliamentarians Anura Priyadarshiniappa, Patali Champika Ranawaka and Chandima Veerakodi. Parliamentarian Kumara Welgama said that they have the patronage of the former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga. He added that the victory comes through the unity of all leftist forces. Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga said that she is ashamed by the bankruptcy of the nation. The country could be rebuilt through unity and honesty of all parties concerned. Stay with us. Foreign news is coming up next.
People's Remittance இடமிருந்து நாளாந்தம் 10,000 ரூபாய், வாராந்தம் பெறுமதியான தங்க பவுன், மாதாந்தம் 1 மில்லியன் ரூபாவுடன் வருட இறுதி மாபெரும் சீட்டிழப்பில் 1 கோடி ரூபாய். நீங்கள் வெளிநாட்டிலிருந்து மக்கள் வங்கியினூடாக பணம் அனுப்பும் போது பரிசு குவியல். People's Remittance, கோடி அதிர்ஷ்டம், அனுப்பவும் வெல்லவும்.
කොළඹදී විශ්වාසයෙන් ට්‍රීට් කරන්න. Prima Treats. Life is a treat.
Welcome back. In foreign news, voters in Chile have overwhelmingly rejected a new constitution, which was due to replace the one drawn up under General Augusto Pinochet's military rule. In a referendum, almost 62% voted against the progressive draft. The margin of the defeat is much larger than opinion polls had suggested. Chile's President Gabriel Boric, who had backed the new constitution, said he would work with Congress and civil society to come up with a new constitutional process. The process to replace Chile's military rule era constitution started 3 years ago after mass protests rocked the nation, which is normally seen as a haven of stability in the region. Almost 80% of Chileans voted in favor of replacing the old constitution in a referendum in October 2020. But the new document, drafted by a constitutional convention whose members had been chosen by voters, proved too radical for many. It would have declared Chile a plurinational state, recognizing the rights of Chile's indigenous populations, which make up about 13% of the population, to their lands and resources. The now rejected draft would also have changed many of Chile's institutions, such as replacing the Senate with a Chamber of Regions.
United Nations Relief Chief Martin Griffiths has visited Somalia's southwest state, the epicenter of the country's severe drought. That drought has already been displaced for more than 1 million people. In his first visit to Somalia, the most drought-affected country in Africa, UN Relief Chief Martin Griffiths said the country needs global support to curb the worst drought in 40 years. In a news conference in Baido, the epicenter of the drought, UN Relief Chief Griffiths said it almost unimaginable that Baidoa is sheltering 750,000 displaced people. Somalia's drought, which was devastated 90% of the country, has displaced more than 1 million people and 7.8 million others need humanitarian assistance. The UN Office for Humanitarian Affairs in Somalia office said that food prices have spiked in the country and hunger is rising. It has indicated that for the first time since 2017, catastrophic levels of food insecurity have been confirmed, with 213,000 people in famine-like conditions. UNICEF has said that drought-related malnutrition has already killed 500 children in Somalia, and Somalia last year declared the 3-year drought a national emergency.
The Valencia Kite Festival in Spain returns after a 2-year interruption due to the pandemic, with a show in the skies followed by huge kites of all shapes and colours. The Valencia Kite Festival is a show that takes place in the skies of Valencia, followed by huge kites of all shapes and colours. They're raised from the beach, and the event gathered hundreds of tourists and locals. This year's stars were the acrobatic kites. The Kite Festival in Valencia has a tradition of over 2 decades and was only interrupted by the 2 years of the pandemic, during which the enthusiasts of this sport had time to make their most spectacular kites. Acrobatic kites are the attraction of the public every time. They fly in sync, and it takes a lot of practice to handle dozens of kites at the same time.
An inspiration of creativity. Beijing has signed agreements to build a conservation base for giant pandas in the city's southwestern district Fangshan, aiming for new technological breakthroughs in the rare animals breeding. The Beijing Panda Base is located at Qinglong Town, occupying 133 hectares. It will be built into a demonstration base with the integrating functions of giant panda breeding, scientific research and education. This town has a suitable ecological environment for an ex-situ conservation of a giant panda, which will effectively expand the living space of giant pandas. The base will also give full play to Beijing's advantages in scientific research, talents and other resources to help make new technological breakthroughs in giant panda breeding, rescue and other aspects.